Hello, everyone, and welcome to SEMA 2024. My name is Jason Black with iCar, and here with me today is Josh Culver, Technical Sales Manager for Iwata. What you got for us today, Josh?
Jason, thanks for having us. We wanted to go over the Nestle Iwata's new Series 2 this year at SEMA. We wanted to. It's been in the market for about a year now, so we wanted to go over and share the experience that our end users is having, the performance of the gun, and how it benefits the customer.
Yeah, I know we went over it some last year, but it was still really new. So now you've seen it in the field for another year, and so you can give us the actual performance and see how is it doing out in the field.
Well, it's doing phenomenal. We're getting phenomenal results in performance, usage, usability, and longevity. It's just performing well all the way around. You know, everybody loves the improvements, and it's hard to improve perfection, but I think we did it. so, so you know, first want to go over just the different versions of the gun with everybody, to refresher.
Yeah.
And then
Because some people may be new too.
Yeah.
This may be the first time they've ever heard of a WADA. They may be fresh out of trade school.
True. Yeah. So we'll just do a quick review on each gun, and then we'll get into the performance, what we've seen out of that gun in the past year. And I guess if we jump right into it, you know, the first gun that everybody would recognize would be our LS 400. That's going to be the gun that most people would recognize, having the green accents on it. That's where you would identify a base coat gun. It's going to be primarily for solvents and wet on dry applications in your waterborne area. So,
Okay. So kind of expand on that, your wet on dry application. What do you mean by that?
So, wet on dry applications are solvents. When you apply your base coats, you'll dry it out, and then you'll put another coat on to get coverage. And if you need to orientate the colors for color match or metallics, then you would do that after you obtain coverage within the paint job.
Okay, and the wet on dry, we talking water based too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you have you're like first generation waterbornes. The application process was almost identical to the original solvent-borne applications. Apply it, force air dry it with air movement, and then apply another coat of color for coverage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So in the LS 400, we've seen in the shops doing testing with a lot of different applications through larger shops, smaller shops. We're seeing that the guns, it's a lot faster dry time. We're seeing a lot faster dry times, and we're seeing coverage is faster. We're seeing savings over top of our previous guns, about 17%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you look at a 17% better transfer efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're looking at saving right there. So your return on investment.
Yep.
That's kind of what we're looking at. But that 17% transfer efficiency, that's not only a financial saver, it's also a saver for the environment, right?
Correct. Yeah, we like to hang our hats that using our products does affect the environment as well. It affects your booth filters. You know, you're getting less material in your booth filters, which could also cut cost there and replacing the filters as often.
Right. Yeah. So it basically less waste, less filters, less paint. Everything.
More material on the substrate. You know, more material on your panels. So
Perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
yeah.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah. That's what the world's going to. Everybody wants to be more environmentally friendly and save $1 and $1 where we can.
Yeah.
You know. The second gun you'd see here is our blue base coat gun. This is our WS base coat gun. This gun has a lot of new advanced technology in it that we've developed for the new base coats, wet on wet technology. This is the the new waterbornes that you're seeing in the field, they're growing tremendously in larger applications. You know, you enter the booth and you apply everything all at once, all your base coats, your blends, blend panels, and then you just walk out of the booth. So in that, when you do that, you have to have a lot of control over all your materials. You need to make sure your color match is good, your orientations and your blends are all as they should be before you leave the booth.
And do you find that's what most water bases go into now?
I believe
more
so.
wet on wet?
I believe the industry is indicating that's the way that everything's going to go, and we're working on being ahead of the curve on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want to be prepared for what's to come. We want to be proactive instead of reactive to the industry.
And that's where the coarse atomization comes out, correctly?
Correct. Yeah. Your coarse atomization is allowing the material, giving it the ability to work in the manner that it's designed to do. And with our nozzle needle technology that we've developed, just it's an added structure to the application process. So we're controlling the material as much as we can to make the job easier for the technician and the material to do its job that it's designed to do.
Right.
Yeah. So, you know, again, we're going to go to the performance of this gun. We're seeing a lot of difficult colors, a lot of difficult applications, and learning curves in this wet-on-wet application. So when you have these learning curves and you have newer painters or a painter that's new to the system or the process, there's a larger chance of mistakes or not color match. Blends could be bad. Just trying to understand what's happening in the booth. You have the pressure. You need to get this RO out. You got 5 more ROs to get through. In the day you're ready to go home, so on and so forth. So what we're seeing in this gun is it's the coverage on it is just it's insane how fast your coverage is, and when you're fully covered, your metallics, everything's orientated and it's set properly. Your also blends are fed very well for proper orientation and color match.
Well, one thing I found is, there was a day when a painter would say, I can paint with any gun. It's not the gun, it's the painter.
Yeah.
And that today with the paint and all the different metallics, and we've had a lot of paint companies come out over the last few days and talk about all the different colors, the different metallics, you can't do that anymore.
Yeah.
You have to have the proper tool. And you can't just go to a generic place and just buy a generic gun and expect it to perform in today's world. It's not like it used to be. So we're big in ICAR on always having the right tool, right? That's throughout this industry. We have to have the right tool, whether it's a rivet gun, whether it's a spot welder. Paint guns are no different. You have to have the proper tool, and that's primer guns, base coat guns, clear coat guns, whether you're spraying the wet on dry water base, the wet on wet water base. It would be nice if we had one gun that would do everything, and it was just magical, but that's just not the case.
No. We believe we're doing our part in this industry as well as everybody else, the paint manufacturers, the welding manufacturers, to try to get these vehicles back to OEM standards as fast as possible, back to the customer, saving everybody money, time, and convenience, being convenient for them.
Well, and when we talk about that transfer efficiency, another thing that we talked about today was radar, with the bumper radar colors.
Yeah, yes.
And the limited amount of film build that they're allowed.
Yep.
There again, you got to have the proper gun, because if you have a gun that's dumping too much base coat, well, now your radar's not working. You're over that film, and so it's very important to get every aspect of it correctly.
We want to do it right the first time, and just where those radars are. If you have to redo it, you have to strip those areas of the bumper. So you want to be confident in the material you're using. You want to be confident in the tools that you're using, that they're going to do what you need them to do the first time.
Exactly, and that's You remember the days when people used to take their paint guns and turn them into primer guns?
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore, right?
Yeah. Well, they still do.
They shouldn't.
They should. So, yeah. So our next gun is the last of the brand new lineup is the WS Clear Coat. Also familiar with the identifying factors of the chrome knobs and ring on it. Again, this gun's fully improved, 95% new gun. We still have the fine atomization for clear coat. We also have the lower PSI operations. Just the technology in the nozzle, the needle, the cap is all new. So the fan pattern and the atomization is better and more consistent. So it's easier to match, textures that you're going to see in OEM applications. If you're in a shop that does multiple OEM vehicles, you're going to have to match multiple different textures in clear daily.
Right. It's funny. We was on with one of the paint manufacturers, and I think we spent like 10 minutes talking about that today.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
trying to, when people think of color, or people think of matching the finish,
Yeah.
they think of color always.
Mhm.
It's not just color anymore.
it's
It
not.
never really has been,
Mhm.
but now with matte clears
Yeah.
and so many different textures across different manufacturers, it's you're matching the finish throughout.
Yeah, and it kind of we can go back to redos as well. Go in the clear if you're not matching the texture the first time, say you have to wet sand it or buff it, then you're going to lose texture. And also if you have to re-clear it because you haven't matched the texture and you're adding more material, it's just there's a lot of variables that we really need to do the first time and do it right in this day and age in the collision industry.
And you can't do that without the proper tools.
No, you can't. You can't at all. Performance on this, the performance is improved dramatically. The transfer rates are increased 17% over top of our old guns as well on this. That's data that has been hard data that's been collected. The fan pattern's wider, consistent top to bottom. And ergonomics of the gun across the board has been improved for better balance. It's an overall cleaner, easier gun to use, in all aspects of it.
Very lightweight.
Yeah, lighter gun, and these guns also are offered now in our digital versions. We have digital and non-digital versions of these guns. We've added the digital into the handle of the gun to not mess with the ergonomics of the gun. So regardless of what version you have, it feels the same, it weighs the same, and functions the same. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. So we like to, at an Iwata, we like to look at ourselves as your start to finish solution, and being a partner with our end users and the shops that have our equipment. We want to help you with your cost. We want to help improve your day-to-day functions in that shop. So we've been working for a year to add to our lineup of products, and we've added this cup system here that you see on top of this WS base coat. This sealed system is something we've been working on for years. It's unique to ours. We've named it the fast flow system.
Okay.
It's unique to us. We've added our colors to it. We've got a larger mouth for faster flow. We've gradient cups so you can measure either on the scale or off the scale. It's coming in 3 different sizes: 400 milliliters, 650 milliliters, and 850 milliliters. So we've created an exclusive adapter to fit this wide mouth system.
Can I put this system on the paint shaker?
You can definitely put the system on the paint shaker. When you put it on the paint shaker, the liner is reinforced enough so we wouldn't get any twisting. It's not going to twist or bind or wad up in that hard cup. So
you're not going to lose any of your paint.
Yeah, it's not going to fly all over the walls in the
Right.
paint room. Yeah. So the wide mouth system, that's unique here. We had to get a special adapters built, and they are exclusive to our system. So right now we've debuted them at the booth, and they'll be available on the first of the year, January 1.
Nice.
So Yeah, we're pretty proud of it. We're looking forward to get into this market and see how things go. It's new for us, so we're ready to explore it.
Yeah, I mean, you want to, like you say, you want to be there for the customer for everything.
Yeah.
So this is just another
Yeah.
product that they have the ability to buy from you.
Yeah. We want to be an all-in on product line. You can count on us from mixing your paint to applying the paint, and
And these are on the market now today.
these are not on the market now. We've debuted them this week here at SEMA.
Okay.
They will be available January 1
Okay.
at all distribution points. So you can come to the booth, 31034. You can ask. We can talk a little bit more about the cups. We can talk a little bit more about performance of the Series 2. If anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out or find us on our website.
All right. Do you have anything else you want to share?
No, come see us at the booth. Check out, we've got a beautiful car. And looking forward to the rest of the year. We've got a lot of surprises coming this year, and we're working on a lot of new projects. We're excited about it.
Well, thank you for joining us and being with us today, and have a good rest of the show.
All right. Thanks, Jason.